Hello, friends. In our section today about likable leaders, I will be joined by a very eminent personality from India. Many people know him. His name is Naveen Toshniwal, and he is an industrialist and he has very different hobbies. He is helping a lot of people worldwide, not only in India. So, without further ado, let's welcome Naveen. How are you, Naveen? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to interact with you on this platform.
Well, Naveen, it's our pleasure too. And our viewers would like to understand what made you as a leader, as the promoter of an industry which is very well known. So, what is your journey? I mean, in nutshell, you would like to tell our viewers about your journey. What made you Naveen Toshniwal?
See, I'll tell you about my background. I am born and brought up in Calcutta. So basically, I am a Bengali by heart. I did my education in St. Xavier's School, and thereafter, I did my engineering in a well known institute, Jadavpur University. Thereafter, I joined my family business. We are into manufacturing of industrial and instrumentation cables. So it is all related to industry. And we have been in this field in instrumentation sector for many decades now. In fact, instrumentation had been our prime business from the generation of my grandfathers. And Toshniwal Cables, our firm, was started by my father. And thereafter, in due course, I started handling the business as well.
Well, I think we always love people who are associated with the technology, and this technical world is very soothing to the ears. However, you belong to a industrial family. You have seen so many changes in the industry, and you have also learned from your father as well before you took over this industry altogether. What is your learning from last 2 decades about the changes that has happened in the way we do business? Would you like to throw some light from your point of view, Naveen?
See, definitely there has been a vast difference in the way industries and businesses are operating. 20 years back, as you are saying, 2 decades back, there was no internet. Maybe not 20 years back, 30 years back, there was no internet. Everything used to be door to door marketing. My father used to teach me that you go to so and so customer, take samples, give presentations, try to generate inquiries, try to get some orders. If we get 10 inquiries, obviously not all of them will mature into orders. We have to put efforts. Only then 2 to 3 will finally mature into orders. So that was the time when we used to go door to door and visit clients and promote ourselves and get inquiries through a physical post by couriers. And we used to submit quotations on a letterhead with a typewriter, and we used to courier them, or later on the fax came. Now things are totally different. Now we are all on internet. Everything is online, instant. All the deals, mostly all the deals are finalized on email, phone, and now, of course, lately in the last 2 3 years, video conferencing has become so important, so vital. In fact, we have also diversified into exporting our products. And believe me, I have not visited a single country for marketing. I have traveled abroad for holidays, but for business, it has always been through email, through video calls, and through internet. That's how we operate these days. So what you are saying is absolutely right. There is a vast change in the way of doing business in the last 2 to 3 decades.
Very well said, Naveen ji. In fact, there has been so much change. In fact, every 3 to 4 years, there are drastic changes to the industry. How these changes help shape your personal journey as a leader? Would you like to share some thoughts on that?
See, actually, it's you have to adapt to the changing environment. And earlier, the system of working was different. Now, the system of working is totally different. If you don't adjust to the environments, obviously you will tend to lose the business. I still remember we used to operate through some dealers in some different states. Slowly, when email started coming in, Some of the dealers, they switched over to emailing, but some dealers, they stuck to their old methods of correspondence by physical communication. So finally, we had no option but to write off those dealers, because if we don't change with times, we cannot progress. So it was very essential to be updated with the technologies and move with the times.
Yes, Naveen ji. In fact, I fully agree. In fact, I second you on this one because we need to be very, very advanced with the changes which are happening current with our society, with our network, etc. Would you like to talk about some major accomplishment which you feel are very close to your heart? That could be winning a business, achieving, new heights, opening up of a new office, new factory, new plant, anything that you feel is very, very close to your heart as an accomplishment. Even on the personal front, if you want to share, you're more than welcome, and we are eager to hear from you.
See, what we make in our factory is specialized cables, and we have always concentrated on development and R&D. I still remember that was sometime in 1989. BHEL had a very special requirement. They used to import some particular special type of product from, I think, Switzerland. So they invited me to come and try to develop this item. So our team made some efforts. We took their counter samples and tried to develop it in-house. And we had to do a lot of efforts. We made samples and sent it to them. Then finally, they gave a small trial order of just 500 meters. That was successfully executed. Then we got the next order of 1,000 meters, then the next order of 5,000 meters, the next order of 30 kilometers. And you will not believe the last order which we executed was 147 kilometers single order of the same product. So it was all because of the R&D and efforts which we had made to try to move with the times and develop something which was not till then available in India.
Well, I think you have met so many different types of leaders across your rich and vast career, and also must have actually built teams to run your business. What do you think is an essential factor for success? Required today for budding CEOs or even budding professionals. What is your advice, Naveen?
I think the most important, as you rightly said, is teamwork. If there is a success in the organization, the credit goes to the entire team, not to a particular individual. And if there is a failure, then also the discredit will go to the entire team. So what is most important is the teamwork. You have a team. Some people are there in your purchase department, some are there in marketing, some are there in quality control, in administration. So they all, and of course there are people on the workshop floor also, people who are operating the machines. So it is the coordination between all of them, and uh, maintenance of proper quality of the product which you are making. It is very essential to maintain your standing in the market in the long run.
Well, I think I fully agree with you because the reputation is everything, and you have to maintain the reputation by making the right processes. And as we were discussing about the changes in the industry. Now, let's discuss from here, from this point onwards. Where do you see the industry heading to? Are there going to be drastic changes in the way we do business?
See, industry had got a very major setback during the corona time, especially in 2020, when all the industries were forced to be closed. That was a very big setback because there is no work from home for industries. It is there only for IT sector. So we got a setback. Everyone got a setback, and which will take probably many years to recover back, because that setback was very devastating. But anyway, we have to learn with the times, and we have to learn how to survive. So during that time, we learned how to control the expenses, how to operate with bare minimum expenses when there was no turnover, not a single billing for, I think, probably 3 months, because from March 22nd or 23rd, we were all totally closed for 3 months at a stretch. So that was a time for learning. And that was the time I started developing my uh, interest in graphotherapy and similar, offbeat items.
Well, in the graphotherapy arena, you're very well known, Naveen. In fact, your articles I have read in the newspaper. In fact, you have been covered by multiple medias, not only in India but across the world. But I think it's also important for us to know how, for example, we're talking about the electric vehicles now, we're talking about e-schools or virtual offices. Do you see these concepts taking over or being accepted by the industries which do not, like you said, the industry is not work from home? So do you think that this kind of scenario will help the industries, at least to some extent, to get some certain things offshored or offline in an offline manner?
No, I didn't get your question properly. Can you just repeat once?
Well, I was talking about the work from home scenario, which is not practical for
Yeah.
industry, but then there are new concepts
Right.
which are coming up, like electric vehicles, the e-schools, where the students need not go to the schools, they can get the virtual school delivered through an application right in their homes. Similarly, there is a virtual office concept of virtual office where there is no need to go to a brick and mortar office. You can actually enjoy the official environment. You can have a cup of coffee, you can have breakout meeting rooms, and you can have a leisure smoking break, things like that, which are now being thought about. And because there's a lot of cost saving, you don't need to open your multiple offices, multiple branch. So do you think these kind of applications or doing things in this decade will help the industries which do not have luxury of working from home?
Yes, definitely. You are absolutely right. Because if you cut down on the cost, cutting down of cost indirectly implies increasing your profitability. Even we'll give our example. We had an administrative office also, which we closed down. Now we have administrative office in our residence in the basement. So we are saving on the rent on the offices. And of course, as I said, industry cannot be work from home. People have to go on the machines and do the production. Otherwise, how can we actually manufacture and then deliver our products? But yes, from the administrative point of view, you are right. We can definitely think about going into virtual offices rather than having separate administrative offices. Then we are saving so much on the traveling, and then we are probably indirectly helping the environment also by reducing the pollution by not traveling in our cars to our office and back.
And also saving a lot of time which you can use in a much more productive manner, either with family or in your work, so you have more time because
Exactly. Yes.
um, right. So Naveen, in fact, there was one question which I kept it for the last, and that is that these new trends which are now emerging, which is working from home and shifting all the table work to home. For example, there are even accountants are hosted nowadays. You can actually hire services of a hosted CFO. So in such a scenario, you have been running a very successful industry. But do you think diversifying into these areas which are now emerging and very profitable for the decade to come, at least for this decade?
Yes, definitely. Diversification is one of the most essential features of any business. Like, for example, we are not only making a particular variety of instrumentation cables, we go on diversifying. We try to understand the applications of clients, and then we try to suggest and develop new varieties and new products for them, which will probably run for longer and maybe more cost economical. So diversification, no doubt, is a major thrust which is required in all industries.
Naveen, it was a pleasure talking to you today. In fact, this 15 to 20 minutes is not sufficient to know you, but you are a very well-known leader, and a lot of people know you. I think it was our pleasure to talk to you today and bringing some of these leadership aspects to some of the viewers. It was a great learning hearing you. So thank you so much for joining us today.
And my pleasure too. It was really a pleasure interacting with you.
Goodbye to you and viewers. We are actually starting a new series which is based around something very interesting, where Naveen is going to bring a lot of knowledge to us. And this stream is called knowing the character of the person using science of graphotherapy. So don't miss out. From next Monday onwards, we are going to bring out new episode every week. And for today, I like to say goodbye, only to catch you in the next one.